Hello folks, here's a quick bit of news on the future Starbound 1.3 update. So Chucklefish has just confirmed in a blog that something very exciting is returning for the next Starbound update. Mechs! So the blog post from the 23rd of January showed off a new mobile suit that apparently works like a vehicle, so you can jump in, take it for a spin, and jump out whenever. The video shown off shows the mech being piloted, with one of the mech's arms acting as a flashlight, which does kind of suggest the other arm might be used for something else, maybe a weapon, a grappling hook, or a bog brush. So I guess what we don't know is if they'll work in the same way as hover bikes, and indeed boats, where you carry around a controller ball from which you can spawn or respawn it at will. But I dread to think how many pixels Penguin Pete would want for a mech though. So there are already various mods that work in the same way as hover bikes and stuff like that, including this one. This is one of the XS mods that is vastly overpowered and kind of works like this. Which is probably a bit nuts, to be quite honest. Yeah, I don't think he's too happy with me at the moment. Oh god. But yes, as you can see, this works in the same way as the other controllers. Bye. The animations for spawning and despawning not actually in at the moment. Of course, it's possible they'll work differently to hover bikes, perhaps only accessible during certain missions perhaps. The video that is teasing the update takes place on what was described on Twitter as an NPC ship, which in itself is very exciting. Now, players who have been around for a long time will remember that Starbound did actually used to have mechs back in early access. The human mech suit was added in the Perturbed Koala update at the end of 2013, the first ever beta update. I'm showing it off using the vanilla mech mod, which exploits the fact the old mechs are still hidden in the game's code, and uses the controller ball system to spawn them. The mech was originally implemented as a tech, using an earlier version of the tech system, long before the current outpost-based system that we're now used to. Pressing the F key spawned the mech around you like clothing, and constantly drained your energy until it despawned once that was depleted. Originally, the plan was for there to be at least one unique mech per race, but only 3 were known to be added to the code, the human one, the apex one, and the glitch one. Anyway, the next major patch, which we can safely assume is Starbound 1.3, will apparently add content that fleshes out space, rather than down on planets and whatnot. So it looks like mechs will only be a small part of what's up next. The only other specific addition announced so far is the rail tram, an evolution on the simple elevator platforms. Oh, I can't get in there. Right, we'll go this way. So we'll cover Starbound 1.3 properly when it actually happens. While Chucklefish has started new projects, it looks like they are still fully committed to Starbound and listening to the community about what we all want. Which is nice, yeah. Before that update happens though, I might spend a bit of time playing around with the Fracking Universe mod. So subscribe to the channel to get notified about that, if and when that actually happens. Well, that's all assuming that I don't turn the channel into a dedicated Conan Exiles one, of course. Bye!